Certain locations are story magnets. Hospitals and police stations are obvious examples. Or in the lives of teenagers, swimming pools are always a good bet. In her debut film, Water Lilies, 27-year-old French writer and director Céline focuses on three 15-year-old girls. The setting is boredom itself, a French suburb. But the action is how each in her own way the girls come of age. The young filmmaker chats with Canape about the art of directing.
7-3, 7-0, 7-0, 7-4, 7-2.
The material of the movie is very intimate. The dynamic of the movie is basically falling in love for the first time and feeling desire for the first time. And now it just comes up like that, and you get to realize who you really are, what you really feel. So what a girl can feel for a girl, what a girl can feel for a boy, how sometimes there are mixed up feelings. So that's the energy of the movie is about falling in love. I really wanted the film to be played with girls who had the age of the part. It was really important to me because, you know, we always take all the girls to play teenagers, and I don't buy this, you know, mostly. So we did what we call a casting sauvage, which is we go and look in the streets and in high schools and in, you know, shopping malls, and that's how we found the three girls.
Je sais pas comment tu fais. Moi, je les écrase jusqu'à que ce soit une bouillie dégueu.
N'importe quoi.
Ah non, non. Tous les mecs regardent quand une fille mange une banane à la cantine. Je t'assure, c'est connu.
Enfin, remarque, toi, tu t'en fous. T'es passé de l'autre côté. Tu veux dire du côté des filles qui mangent des bananes?
C'est ce qu'on raconte, c'est tout. Que tu l'as déjà fait. Et avec plein de mecs.
Ouais, c'est vrai. J'adore ça.
My young actresses, they were dealing with those problematics at the time when they make the movie, you know, about falling in love, about who you are, about feeling awkward in your body and everything. So I know that they wouldn't mess up with those scenes because I knew they felt really strongly about this. So the whole problematic for me was not to play dolls with very young girls. I wanted them to be really responsible and committed to what we were saying. And regarding the difficult scenes, I really wanted them to be sure that those scenes, they were really, we needed them. They weren't like something about voyeurism or to please an audience. They were really, they had to be there for the characters. I had to work within friendship and confidence with those girls, you know, and we had like 10 years difference of age, so it's not like, we're not worlds apart. And it's, we were like in the same dynamics of telling the story and being true one to another and to the audience. So we worked really closely and we lived together for a few months. And you know, after the movie, we still hang a lot together because it's a journey that can't stop like that. You know, we are responsible. I am responsible for those girls.
Enfin bon, tu vois le type de la piscine. Et ben l'autre jour, je m'entraînais toute seule dans le bassin. Je pars assez longtemps en apnée et je vois 2 jambes poilues sous l'eau. Et enfin, le type, il avait sorti sa bite, tu vois. Et il me l'a montré, ce con. Tu me diras, bander dans une eau froide comme ça, c'est flatteur.
C'est dégueu.
C'est la vie, quoi. Me dis pas que t'en as pas des histoires comme ça. Vas-y, raconte. Sérieux? Que dalle. T'as de la chance, Marie. Beaucoup de chance.
I wanted the movie to be open. I didn't want it to be labeled like a gay movie. It's a coming-of-age story, but it's not a coming-out story, because I felt like I wanted everybody in the audience to have their own answer. I wanted the movie to be very welcoming surrounding that theme, which is a way to be really committed to that subject, I think. I wanted, and it's the case, I mean, people in the audience, some of them think, yeah, well, those girls, they might be lesbians. Some of them think, no, not at all, it's just a phase. Some of them are thinking, well, we'll see. And, you know, I have my own answer regarding those girls, but the movie is open regarding those themes. What is their secret? The secrets of the girls? Well, the secrets of the girls, I think, is the secrets of women in general. And that's why I made the movie, because I think cinema has been really celebrating women, but it's always men doing the talkings, and it's always in the man's point of view. And I think that the secrets of women is that they have no secrets, you know? They're just like, they can be cruel, they can be ugly, they can be beautiful, they can be awkward. It's all about, I didn't want to, cinema is always enhancing the mysteries of women, and you know, what I wanted to tell is what's behind the mystery, and I wanted everybody to feel legitimate in the girls' locker room, but not to look by the keyhole, and that's the secret of the movie, is, you know, you really get to feel and experiment what it's like to be a girl.
The ancient Judeo-Christian world was populated by some of the most fascinating women of history. Prolific French writer Marek Alter has made it his task to bring them to life through a series of novels based upon deep historical research. In the past, he has written about biblical figures Sarah and Zipporah. Now, he gives us a portrait of a passionate young woman named Miriam, who fights for the rights of her family against the repressive house of Herod. Later in life, she becomes known as Mary of Nazareth, the mother of Jesus. Canape revisits a talk with Marek Alter about portraying biblical figures.
The Bible, I know it very well. This is a fantastic book. Strong as Shakespeare. Everything you have Romeo Juliet and Macbeth and Hamlet and Othello, all of them in only one book. And then I found out that something is wrong in the book, because you have a lot women personage, but you don't listen their voices. They are not talking. I like America because this is maybe the only one modern country in the world. This means that the behavior to the time is very special. This is going very fast. This is not like Proust told us in France, you have give the time to the time. Here they have no time. I remember I published here a book. This was a fantastic bestseller. I sold here millions of copies, the Book of Abraham, the history of one Jewish family, my own, for 2,000 years. A year later I was here and people are saying, do I know you? So I wanted to say to the Americans, maybe now you will know me.
Most famous actors spend their time protecting their families from public view. To the contrary, veteran French actress Sandrine Bonnaire makes her filmmaking debut in Her Name is Sabine, a documentary that explores intimately the life of her sister, Sabine, who suffers from a form of autism that remained misdiagnosed for many years. The film portrays with a delicate touch both the French medical system and the ties that bind in families looking for the best way to care for their own. The director shares her thoughts with Canape.
En 96, suite au décès de notre frère aîné, notre mère déménage en province. Pour Sabine, la séparation avec ses frères et sœurs s'ajoute au choc émotionnel. Nos visites sont moins fréquentes. Elle se sent abandonnée et peu à peu son état se dégrade. Elle devient grossière et se met à cracher. La violence qu'elle avait envers elle-même se reporte sur notre mère. Elle lui tire les cheveux et lui donne des coups de poing au visage. Elle détruit tout ce qui lui tient le plus à cœur et déchire les photos de nos voyages.
The story is a statement between her before her hospitalization and after the hospitalization. So she spent 5 years in hospital, and she lost a lot of her capacities. So I wanted to make a film about it, because in France we don't have many places for autism people, and so the film is quite political. So to show that the hospital is not a good place for them. I mean, it's not a good place when you stay 5 years. Changed so much, and I was quite nostalgic about her beauty and about her capacities. And I was looking always, I was watching my archives all the time, and so I thought I'll do something about it, and I forgot it, because I'm an actress, and to make a film about my sister, I thought maybe it would be not a good idea. And 4 years after, she was still at the hospital, and it was getting worse and worse. So I thought, I really have to do that. Later on, I was the godmother of Les Journées de l'Autisme. We have 2 days in France about autism, and they asked me to be the godmother of that. And I was confronted about so many people that they were in the same situation, and also worse than Sabine's situation. So I decided to do the film.
T'as vu, j'ai touché mes cheveux?
Ouais. Frimeuse.
Quoi?
Frimeuse.
Pourquoi? Tu dis que je frime?
Avec tes cheveux.
Ça frime ou pas?
Oh, c'est...
Hein?
Un petit peu?
Frimer, ça veut dire se trouver supérieur?
Ouais, mais c'est une plaisanterie que je fais.
Ist gut das Quim in America.
Ouais.
Why people like that don't have places for them, and why do they have to go to the hospital? The hospital is not the solution, because for those people it's not a illness, it's a handicap. So hospital is they won't be cured, they won't change, so they don't need hospital. I mean, they need it maybe for a while to stop the violence when they have it, but after that we have to find a solution, and they need to be to live in dignity, and some people to take care of them. consoler, je te signale. C'est moi qui ai eu mal. Hein? On a l'envers, là, c'est toi qui pleures, c'est toi qui me tire les cheveux, c'est toi qui pleures.
Tu viendras me voir demain et après-demain.
Je t'ai dit que je te répondais plus.
C'est une dernière fois que tu me réponds.
Non, je te réponds plus, j'en ai marre. Ok. T'as dit que tu faisais la paix.
On fait la paix.
Voilà. Et c'est pas parce que je te réponds pas qu'il faut me frapper. C'est trop facile, ça. Et tu connais la réponse en plus. Hein? D'accord?
La réponse, c'est que demain et après-demain, tu viens me voir.
Exactement. Donc on n'a plus besoin de poser la question. Parce que c'est fatigant. With my sisters, because we are 4 of us who were taking care of Sabine, and during the hospitalization we were looking all the time for a place, appropriate place for her. So I wrote to the first ministry, at that time it was Lionel Jospin, and I wrote a letter to explain the situation of my sister, and also if you could help us to open a house for, because we had a project to open it for 15 people. So it worked, but usually it takes almost between 5 and 10 years. So it's better because there is enough people to take care of them, so they don't have to give them medicine if they are violent or something like that. Because the personnel, the nurses and everything, they are enough, you know, and they live in the country, and they have some animals, and for violent people, for instance, they give them a horse to take care, because the horse is a big animal, and if you hit a horse, the horse will go back to you, and it's bad for you. You know, so there is a kind of a therapy about animals and people. And when we are an hour and a half with them, I mean, my film, when we watch them, they are very, very nice, very beautiful, very smart. And so we have to make the step on them. We really have to do that because they are not able to do it. So we must do it that for them.
Every country has its hidden corners. A surprise box office success in France in 2007, The Grocer's Son follows a mobile grocery store as it services the largely elderly clients in tiny hamlets of the French countryside. Director Éric Guiraudot talks to Canape about a film that follows the gentle rhythms of life in a world that is rapidly disappearing.
The son, Antoine, left the little village, I think when he was 18. Because certainly he couldn't bear anymore the village. But when the mother come to ask him if can you come back to help me because your father is ill, Antoine goes there not only because he wants to help his mother. He's not that generous, but most of all because he wants to get some money, and he wants to bring a friend of him, Claire, a girl, which is not yet his girlfriend, but he planned when she will be in the countryside, he plans to make a girlfriend of her.
Je vais remplacer mon père quelque temps. Bah, tu me parlais, je suis au courant. Ta mère, elle nous a mis une tête comme ça.
Bonjour madame. Bonjour. Mais vous partagez pas la chambre d'Antoine là? Non, on dort pas ensemble.
Allez, debout là-dedans.
Tu pousses à fond, là t'as le petit clic. Et là c'est bon, ça tient.
Claire is more open-minded, and certainly she teaches him to play, to take the life with joy. He takes this work too seriously, and she learns him. She teaches him how to make it as a work and as a game too. Just play with people. They come to buy, but they come to talk too. It's very important. They come to exchange, and Antoine hasn't understood that.
J'ai un truc pour doper les ventes.
On occupe des éléphants et un chapiteau.
I wanted to find a balance with him, with Claire, and he knows himself, consciously or unconsciously, but he knows that he needs somebody like Claire, because she's in the light, she talks, she's living, she's alive, she's full of, she's joyful, and that's something very important for him, because he seems just like a rock.
Vous me le marquez comme d'habitude.
Pour aujourd'hui, je veux bien, mais à partir de demain, faudra me payer. Hein. Et moi, je peux pas venir jusqu'ici pour 3 tomates.
Vous pourriez me rendre un petit service et faire une petite prière pour moi.
Je suis pas curé, madame, je suis épicier, bon, ça, c'est pas possible. Mais il faut me payer, monsieur Clément, si vous voulez que je fasse des œufs.
Une boîte de petits pois, 4 œufs, comme d'habitude.
Ah, alors il me faudrait du lait, du chocolat, du sucre, de la confiture.
Oh. Ça va? Assassin?
If you make a documentary about what you are writing, you just realize very quickly that in fact the reality is more, more full of surprises, more full of creativity than what you have written. I decided to spend a lot of time with grocers, with grocery truck. So I spent, I didn't know how long I would spend, but finally it took 1 year. And I spent 1 year with in 3 counties of France, and every week I changed. I was with somebody, so I made all the seasons with the 3 of them. And that was just great, because suddenly I just realized that I missed a lot of things just staying in my home and writing.
N'importe quoi.
Qu'à la fin de l'été, il n'y aurait plus de camion et plus d'épicerie.
Comment ils vont faire les vieux si t'arrêtes?
Les vieux.
Les filles, elles ont toujours envie de partir, elles finissent toujours par s'emmerder.
Je suis venu pour toi.
Je vois pas le rapport.
Je veux pas que tu t'en ailles.
T'es en retard.
Il y avait du monde sur le périph'.
Politics and literature are notoriously uncomfortable bedmates. Divorce is the usual solution. One of the great exceptions to this rule was Aimé Césaire, who passed in April 2008. Born in 1913, he helped found the Négritude movement in French literature and served for over 50 years as the mayor of Fort-de-France in his native Martinique. He was a major leader in the fight against colonialism and a touchstone for generations of writers who responded to the colonial and post-colonial worlds. Canape offers an homage through the words of his colleague Jean-Claude Duverger and family member Manuel Césaire.
Alors, si vous le voulez bien, je vais vous dire comment j'ai rencontré Césaire. Mais d'abord, je dois dire que je vous rencontre, vous, dans le bureau de Césaire. C'est son bureau. On est chez Césaire. Là, si je prends plaisir et si je suis très fier d'être à son bureau, c'est que je le considère comme le père, notre père. Et cet homme, Aimé Césaire, a fait de la mairie, du service municipal, la plus grosse entreprise de la Martinique. Il a tenté de mettre un pain dans chaque famille. Dans chaque famille. Donc voilà ma meilleure rencontre avec Césaire avant de rencontrer ses livres, avant de rencontrer ses écrits. J'avais déjà rencontré ses écrits, pas sur un livre, mais dans sa pratique, dans sa démarche de tous les jours. Ce que cet homme véhiculait en lui, cette espèce de bonté. Et le courage de cet homme à cette époque. Parler de Césaire maintenant peut nous laisser croire que c'était facile avant. Quand Césaire y a un discours sur le colonialisme, et il dit, si je peux lire, « Une civilisation qui s'avère incapable de résoudre les problèmes que suscite son fonctionnement est une civilisation décadente. Une civilisation qui choisit de fermer les yeux à ses problèmes les plus cruciaux est une civilisation atteinte. Une civilisation qui ruse avec ses principes est une civilisation moribonde. » Et il dit qu'il y a deux problèmes que l'Occident, que l'Europe n'a jamais su régler. C'est le problème du prolétariat et le problème de la colonisation. Mais quand il le dit dans un autre texte, on va trouver Césaire qui dit « Faites de moi un homme de terminaison. Faites de moi un homme d'initiation. Faites, mais aussi faites surtout de moi un homme d'ensemencement. Faites de moi un homme de recueillement, mais ce faisant mon cœur, épargnez-moi de toute haine. Ne faites point de moi cet homme de haine pour qui je n'ai que haine. »
Je crois, plus encore aujourd'hui qu'hier, qu'il faut que nos nouvelles générations, qui n'ont peut-être pas connu, je dirais, le militantisme de Césaire, il faut que ces générations lisent Césaire. Il faut qu'elles lisent ces ouvrages qui sont fondateurs d'une société, d'un peuple martiniquais.